So price action was unfolding in a very similar manner as EURUSD, and we called a long position from around here, which was built upon quite a few confluences and the fact that we had identified that we were in a bullish overall sequence on the daily time frame, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Now, we also had to be aware of how impulsive this reaction from 0.700 was. This is a very impulsive leg, and we had to obviously take into consideration that there was a potential head and shoulders unfolding, or that we were going to see some form of reaction around this level, which again we've had. And this is looking more and more bearish. We've seen quite a sharp reaction from this level of structure, and this does look like a head and shoulders developing. Now, the head and shoulders pattern is not complete until we revisit the neckline. So until we actually come down to these previous lows here, revisit this neckline, then it's not a valid head and shoulders pattern. So we do have the daily 50 still acting as dynamic support, and we are still overall within a bullish sequence because we failed to violate this previous low here. So essentially, as long as we stay above this previous low, then we are still bullish. So again, I'm going to sit on my hands with this pair because it's not clear where we're heading next. When we saw price interact with this high value area that we've been calling for quite a few days, we were prepared to take a long position based on our strategy, based on all of the confluences that we had in play. That enabled us to take a long position. Unfortunately, we didn't quite push as high as we'd like to, but market conditions this week have been quite poor and there's been a lack of volatility. So keeping this simple, I'm still bullish on this for now until we break below this previous low here. Now, if we break below this previous low here, I will most likely change my bias to bearish, but we do have to see how we react around this trend line as well. And in addition to that, we also have to look at the overall pattern and nature of this price action. You can see here that we are within this ascending correction, and it does look like we've come from a very high momentum impulsive move as well. So what do we know about that? Well, it's very likely that we could see a continuation lower following from an impulse and correction. Now, this is obviously looking at it from an overall perspective longer term, but we just have to be aware of the probable and of course the possible as well.